Welcome to the Venue Infotainment. Today we are going to take up an economic issue that is going to impact us badly post Russia-Ukraine war. 1 month back, nobody was sure that Russia is really going to war, though all the inputs were suggesting, all the intelligence input coming from across the globe were suggesting that Russia is now prepared and it can go to war any day the moment it wants to. But there was some hope against the hope that Russia will not go for war and sense will prevail and globe will be in a position, other countries will mediate and it will be in a position to prevent it. But it has not been prevented. And the initial thinking that this war will be over in a day or two has also not worked. Now the war has stretched for almost a month now, and Russia has used almost everything in its armory and it has gone on to annihilate several cities of Ukraine. Ukraine is also retaliating because it is supported by Western nation, though NATO is not coming directly to the war, but indirectly it is providing arms and ammunition which has empowered Ukraine to posture and fight against Russian troops. Both the sides have lost heavily, and the kind of war that we have seen has not been seen recently in recent memories, especially post World War II, because it is almost a full fledged war going on uninhibited, and not a single party is willing to set its position, despite Ukraine has been badly damaged, but it is posturing and it is putting up huge resistance. That could be a surprise even for Russia. But all said and done, the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, which had happened day before yesterday, it has projected a very gloomy picture for the globe. And we are deeply concerned about that because post-pandemic, corona pandemic, which has impacted almost entire globe, already the economic condition is in shambles, and we have been trying to surge our economy. We are trying to put our policy which can revive our economy. It is not concerned about only India. Almost every country is putting up its effort to revive its economy because it has been facing the worst kind of crisis that globe is facing. So this conference has projected that there will be a global recession of sort. We talk about India. Indian condition is also not very good. This conference has projected and it has reduced the growth potential of this country from 6.7% to 4.7%. So it is almost a decline of 2%. Listening 2% is very simple, but when you talk in terms of economic growth, then this is a huge growth. Ultimately, what is your growth? 6.7%. So out of that, it is almost 30% decline if you consider it this way. Even the Russian economy, it is almost 0.65%. So growth is not very good in Russia, but now the conference has projected that it will come down to minus 7%. So it is a deep recession that Russia is going to face in recent future. Russia has not been in that position. Even the American economy that was growing at a rate of 3%, it will come down to almost 2%. So there will be almost 1% recession. When it comes to China, China has been growing at the rate of 5.7%. Now it will grow at the rate of 4.8%. So almost 1%, more than 1% down. So this is the gloomy picture that this conference has projected, that almost every country is going to face the pinch of salt that this war has thrown to the globe. Now the situation is there are few silver linings. South and Western Asia. This has little bit of possibility to research because this has been at a geographical position where possibility of growth is higher, but it will be offset due to the fact that growth is demand driven. Global economy has been also projected to come down. It was earlier 3.6%, which has been now projected to come down to 2.6%, which is a huge recession. This is not merely 1%, but it is going to impact us badly because it is about global economy. The situation projected is that Western Europe and Central South and Southeast Asia, it will be impacted badly because its economy is more or less aligned with Ukraine and Russia because they come in the proximity of these countries. But when it comes to India, India has to face several challenges because your country is strategically in a position where you were registering vertical curve and you were on a growth path, but all of a sudden this global crisis has put you under duress. Now you will have to take some policy initiative to redress it. You have six major problems. First is that you are heavily reliant for energy sources to other countries. So you have to pay heavily to those countries. Then pricing is another issue. Then the primary market commodity that we call food and other things. Have been facing inflation on that parameters. So then there is a reflex impact. Means since America has put sanction and almost all European countries have put sanction on Russia, so that has been putting a typical crisis that is called when you go for trade with Russia, you will have to face several sanctions because you can't go against that. There is certain thing called global order, and when United Nations has taken some decision, the globe has to respect it. Though India has been posturing that it is independent and it decides its foreign policy independently. But how long? That is a question that everybody will see in future as to how long it can stand for its own cause, for its own country. Then there is something called the policy instability. There is some crisis in India where policy decisions are taken at it consumes a lot of time to decide on a particular subject. Then there is some financial instability also. So these are some of the major challenges that Indian economy is facing. In that case, if you are not able to come out with a policy which can help you mitigate this crisis, then you are also going into recessionary mode. Though it is a fact, known fact that Modi government, it has sought the service of all the global economists, mostly of Indian origin, as to what kind of policy initiative has to be taken in this post-war situation when the global order has changed so that its economy can offset the impact posed by this Ukraine-Russia crisis. But there is a bit of opportunity for South and Western Asia because this country is uniquely positioned. Its economy could have actually benefited out of this crisis because you could have supplied a lot of things to these countries which are war torn or war hit. But even these countries, they have two major problems. They have financial instability, and the second is food inflation is very high. And these countries are poor countries where if food price goes up, then it poses another challenge that is called the condition of hunger will grow up because the people who generate money they mostly spend it on buying food products that is we call primary market. So when your country is in recession, you are not able to pay for your food, then what will you do? So that is another challenge. So it will offset the possibility of growth that is coming your way due to this crisis. So as a whole, there is not a very bright picture for the future, at least for another 1 or 2 years. I hope sense will prevail. Russia will go in a peaceful mode with Ukraine, and there will be negotiation, and Russia should pay heed to all the countries which have been giving call from time to time to end this war, so that globe is not put to the crisis which this world has not seen in last several years. Because corona crisis has already created a situation where globe is trying to come out or retrieve from this crisis, but Russia has deliberately put the globe into this crisis. Nobody knows if this crisis gives birth to the Third World War. Nobody knows if the atomic bomb is used, atom bomb is used, because the way NATO is posturing, especially after the visit of Biden, and that we are preparing to counter Russian aggression or Russian atomic attack. If it happens so, though this is a hypothetical case for the time being, if it happens so, so in all this situation, what we suggest you that use your money judiciously. If you are not using your money judiciously, the worst crisis is about to come. So use your money properly. If something is very important, then you have got no choice. But don't splurge your money. If you have started splurging your money, you are going to face the pinch of the salt. Thank you, viewers. Please do subscribe this channel to know more details about economic development happening in and around the globe. We are picking up those issues which are relevant from the current perspective and from the viewer's perspective, and I hope you enjoy this content. And I shall be coming out with more and more content to all of you so that you can get update information. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and please do subscribe Infotainment. Don't forget subscribing it and switching the bell icon. Thank you.